Now we will see what are the different structural features of eukaryotes. So most important feature of eukaryotic cells are presence of cytoskeletons. Cytoskeleton is a network of protein inside the cytoplasm of eukaryotes. You can see in the left-hand image where cytoskeleton of each eukaryotic cells are labeled with fluorescent dye and how it's forming a perfect network throughout the cytoplasm. However, there are three types of dynamic filaments made up of proteins. Different types of proteins consist the entire cytoskeletons. Microtubules, second one is the intermediate filaments, and last one is the actin filaments or microfilaments. Cytoskeleton provides perfect shape and regulation of the dynamic change of cellular shape according to its environmental stimuli. It helps to anchor the organelles inside the cellular compartments inside the cytoplasm, facilitates intracellular transport and movement of organelle, and stimulate cellular movement also. Next, we will see what about the nucleus? What are the features of nucleus in eukaryotic cells? In eukaryotes, nucleus is the membrane-bound organelle which encloses the genetic material of that organism, that is chromosome. It appears as dense spherical organelle. The membrane of nucleus is called nuclear envelope. You can see in this depiction, it is a three-dimensional depiction, imaginary depiction of cartoon image of nucleus, eukaryotic nucleus. Nuclear envelope is mentioned here. Nuclear envelope has two layers. One is the outer membrane, another one is the inner membrane. And you can see that this outer membrane and inner membrane are actually joined at protein-lined nuclear pores. Several small pores which actually join this outer membrane and inner membranes. The nuclear envelope is connected with the endoplasmic reticulum. It is continuously connected with the endoplasmic reticulum. You can see here this nuclear envelope is continuously connected in the outside. That means that is the another organelle. It is known as endoplasmic reticulum. The inner viscous liquid is known as a nucleoplasm, which is similar in composition to the cytoplasm. The nucleus contains actually 90%, 95% of DNA material, which remain as tightly packed chromatin fiber by forming complex with a positively charged protein that is known as histone protein. Another dense mass inside the nucleus, you can see it is known as the nucleolus, which is mainly involved in the synthesis of ribosomal RNA and assembly of ribosomes. The nucleus is largest cellular organelle in animal and in mammals. Average diameter is about 6 micrometers. You can see in this image the fluorescent dye-labeled nucleus of a cancer cell. These blue circles, spheres are actually indicating the nucleus. It is specifically labeled. This dye actually specifically particularly labeled only the nucleus. That's why it is a fluorescent dye. You can see only the nucleus in the image. Next, we will see another important organelle of eukaryotic cells, that is the mitochondria. Mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell, as most of the cellular energy producing metabolic reactions occurs here. It consists of an outer membrane and an inner membrane. It consists of an outer membrane and an inner membrane. The inner membrane and the in-between space between this outer membrane and inner membrane is known as intermembrane space. The inner membrane is highly folded structure. It is a highly folded membrane, resulting huge surface area, which is almost 3 to 5 times larger than compared to the outer membrane. The large folds of this inner membrane is called as crystal, which protrude the central matrix portions. The inner aqueous compartment is known as the cellular matrix, mitochondrial matrix. The inner membrane is a site of ATP production. The inner membrane is a site of ATP productions, and the ultimate, which is actually the ultimate short-term energy currency of cell. The matrix is the site. The matrix is the site of several metabolic reactions. For example, breakdown of carbohydrates, fats, amino acids to CO2, H2, and ATP. Next, we will see another important cellular organelle of eukaryotic organism cells, that is the endoplasmic reticulum. It is a network of small tubular structures that divide cells surface into two parts, that is the luminal and the extraluminal. Endoplasmic reticulum is of two types, that is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. You can see these are the rough endoplasmic reticulum, which is started with the ribosomes and small granules of ribosomes. Okay, and another type of endoplasmic reticulum are also there, that is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which actually doesn't carry any granules of ribosomes. The rough, these are actually different in functionalities also. The rough endoplasmic reticulum, the sites for the membrane protein and secretory protein biosynthesis, whereas the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is site for metabolic processes like synthesis of lipid, steroids, metabolism of carbohydrates, drug detoxification, and steroid metabolisms. Next, we will see another membrane-bound organelle, that is the Golgi apparatus. It is made up of flat, disc-shaped structures called cisternae. It is an important site for synthesis of glycoproteins and glycolipids. They are arranged parallelly near the nucleus. These are absent in the red blood cells of humans and the sieve cells in the plants. Next, we will see another organelle that is called as lysosomes. These are known as the suicidal bag of cells as they possess hydrolytic enzymes to digest different biomolecules like protein, lipids, carbohydrate, nucleic acids, and cellular metabolic waste. So, in this session, we came to know what are the different structural organization of prokaryotes and eukaryotes both. What are the different important structural organelles of prokaryotes and eukaryotes both. Thank you. Next, we will see the another type of molecule, that is biomolecules, that is the nucleic acid. What is its role and functions inside the cellular environment? So nucleic acid are the molecules that contain and help express a cell's genetic code. There are two major classes of nucleic acid, that is deoxyribonucleic acid or DNA and ribonucleic acid or RNA. DNA is actually the molecule that contains all the informations, hereditary informations required to build and maintain the cells. And through the cellular processes, it actually transmitted from generation after generations. RNA has several roles associated with expression of the information stored in DNA. Next, we will see another class of chemical compounds, that is carbohydrate. What is its role in the cellular environment? Carbohydrates, that the starches and the sugars in cells, are another important type of organic molecule. Simple carbohydrates are used for cells' immediate energy demands, whereas complex carbohydrates serve as intracellular energy stores. Complex carbohydrates are also found on a cell's surface, where they play a crucial role in cellular recognitions. Next, we'll go for another important class of chemical groups, that is protein, and what is its role inside the cellular environment. Proteins are actually macromolecules, that is made from the chains of smaller molecules called as amino acids, and they serve a variety of functions in the cell, both catalytic as well as structural. For example, proteins called enzymes which can convert cellular molecules into other forms that might help a cell meet its energy needs, build support structure, or pump out waste. Thank you.